Welcome back here today to the beautiful Udiana cricket ground. We're here for the fourth game of the bilateral international women's T20 between Singapore and Indonesia. And I'll hand over now to the great man Prakash Vijay Kumar for the toss. Have Indonesia call this time. And Sari has finally won a toss. So, Sari, what would you like to do?
Win the toss and we bat first.
Okay. No change, same as the other three games. Any particular reason for batting first?
Just give a player new experience batting inside. So for 20 overs.
Okay, thanks very much, Sari Safrini. All the very best for today, and we'll be back here very shortly. Sorry, the umpires today are Yusuf and Sonny, they're brothers, and our reserve umpire is Gopal. So we'll be back here very shortly for the commencement of play. Thank you very much. Okay, we're out on the field now, ready for the commencement of play. Umpire's just getting in position now.
Number 9 on your
with
list. Number 2.
Indonesia batting first. Looks like Ada is going to open the bowling again from the top deck nightclub end. Our two batters. I think we have Mia, the non-striker. I just check on the other opening batter.
Number 10 is Mia. We can't see the jumpers. So we've got two new batters.
Mia, the non-striker, just having a chat in the middle while they're waiting on the umpires. The clock hasn't
Number
quite
3.
ticked around to 9:30 yet, so we will be waiting
Yulia.
just a minute.
Yulia at the striker's end.
Okay, and Yulia will be taking the first ball. Singapore have a deep backward square leg on the boundary, and all the other players are inside the circle. So just one fielder out for the start of play.
And Ada Bisan will take the first ball.
Ada, one of the twin sisters playing in the game today. So today we actually have two brothers umpiring and twin sisters playing for Singapore. More for the record books.
As the umpire tosses to the ball to get the game underway. This is the fourth game of the 6-game series. Obviously Indonesia, if you've been tuning in, has won the first 3 games. So they're in an unbeatable position now. Singapore will be hoping to draw the series. But other than a draw, Singapore cannot do much more than that. So Indonesia will be looking to lock away this win, I think, to try and secure the series. And here's our first ball. As the batter takes strike. Beautiful conditions here today. We had a little bit of rain this morning, a bit of dewy, bit of dew on the ground. We had the expert groundsman Graham Nichols come out with his mower and knock a few of the taller leaves down. But it's looking absolutely superb. Sun's out, slight little breeze coming in from behind the bowler. There's a bit of a delay here, but we're about to start play. And here comes the first ball. Bit short, worked around the corner. Backward of short, fine leg. And a nice arm in. So Indonesia off the mark. So you've seen all the cricket, Nico?
Yes, every ball so far.
It's already on, mate. Don't have to play around with it too much. Hello.
Ball 2, kicked off the pitch a little, fielded by Singapore. 1 run, Indonesia.
Yeah, sorry, Dave, you have been here for every ball. It's been some good cricket. Indonesia certainly has shown their strength with a bat and ball. But it's been good to see Singapore, after the first day, really step up and improvement on each day, I think. And good ball there, bowled by Ada.
Nice
And
appeal.
pitching the ball up much better. Haven't bowled the number of short balls that they did in the first 1 or 2 games.
They're looking alive today. They've been really good in the field, I think, from what I saw on the first day especially, and then online watching the game. They've always been good in the field, Singapore.
Their throwing has been excellent. Yesterday they did drop some catches. A couple of easier catches late,
Okay.
but some very difficult catches early.
That's well bowled. Through the keeper. Just another single. That'll go down as buys, I think.
Yep, 1 by.
But if they had have held those catches yesterday, it certainly would have been a completely different game.
Yep.
There's maybe 5 catches dropped. 3 of them right at the feet, very low down, got their hands to it. Good efforts from the girls to actually get to them, but unfortunately not taken.
Yep. Oh, that one's come off the pitch. And that'll be wides, I think. A couple of them. Well run.
Difficult for the keeper there.
New look,
Took a bad bounce.
yeah, bad bounce. A new look batting line up here too for Indonesia. I noticed on the team sheet, looks like Nanda is going to be playing in the as the 12th option in the team. So she's not in the team today. So you'd think Singapore would be thinking they've got a chance here, considering the amount of runs she's made in the first 2 games. It's a nice shot.
Yes, Nanda averaging, I think, 158 in the series to date.
157 at a striking at 124.6.
It's a very good effort.
So yeah, she's 50 runs clear of any other batter in the competition. Oh,
Chance.
it's a bit of a slip. Oh, but home.
It is a little bit slippery still out there. The very heavy dews we get here. Very hard to start a game of cricket at 9:30 in the morning. The sun really hasn't started to beat down on the ground too much till a little bit later in the day, so it takes a bit of drying off. But we'd like to welcome a new member of the team here today, Rob Love. Plays cricket locally here in Bali, and welcome, Lovey, to the commentary team here.
Thanks, Nico. Pleasure to be here. I was only reflecting on the ride up here just how much the cricket's improved since sort of Dave and I joined playing in Indonesia a few years ago, and yeah, it's the standards through the roof. Excited to commentate today, and pleasure to be with you boys.
Oh, thanks, mate. It means a lot.
I'm sure it does.
So that's the end of the first over. That's none for 7. So not a bad start again for Indonesia. The key here is early wickets. They've gone straight to the spinner, Sharma.
Sharma bowled very well
Oh
yesterday.
well, yeah. She's good bit of flight. It's a good spot. we spoke about it the first few days about the length and the line from these Singaporean girls, ladies, men, ladies, sorry. They're just a little bit short and a little bit wide, but I think they've improved over the days. Oh, there was a chance. Very hard one.
Well run. Punch through point there for 2 runs.
Ooh, another bad bounce for the keeper.
At the striker's end here, Mia made her first international T20 50 yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Incredible flight. Throwing it up, tempting her, brought her out of the crease.
have a look at the replay here. She come forward and just a little bit high on the keeper. That probably would have been safe.
Definitely tempting her, throwing it up above her eye line.
Something they have done well, Lovey, is their slower bowlers have floated the ball up a little bit, and the Indonesians have struggled a little bit with that length. They've found it hard to pick the length. A few of them have tried to come down the wicket to them, and on a lot of occasions they're playing back possibly to balls they could come forward to. So it's not a bad tactic, just giving that ball a bit of air, pace off the ball.
Nice again. It's a pretty tidy over there from Sharma.
Great
Only
over.
2 from it.
Built the pressure.
And this is what they need to do. They need to put the pressure on these batters and make them make the mistake.
It's a good point you make there, Nico. The Indonesians like the ball coming on. They bowl such a good line and length and at that medium pace, so slowing it up, slowed the run rate up there. Great decision.
Yeah, I think Safrini, the Singaporean captain, has done a very good job in the 3 games. She's made the bowling changes quite well. Fielding position's been good. Really couldn't fault her captaincy.
That one's just down the leg side. That'll be a wide.
None for 10.
I only question the batting first on the first 3 games. And bowling first. And with Sari winning the toss and electing to bat, they're in the field again. I'd like to see them try and set up a decent score and see what Indonesia can do chasing it down.
Worked nicely around the corner.
There's a nice little spot bowling from this end that jumps a little bit. When we've played, Dave, you
that
opening
coming.
the batting, there's a little spot
There's a
there
little
that's
spot.
nice and juicy.
It is juicy for the bowler, not the batter. Oh,
Lovely, we've seen a few keep on the, must be a similar area they're bowling, because a few of them have kept low and really made it hard for the keeper. The few byes that have gone through have generally been from the ball that's kept low.
That's right. There is a spot that bounces, but in the morning when it's a bit wet, it can skid on and stay low. I know keeping myself can be a bit tricky. Often when Dave's bowling at premium pace and it stays low, it's hard to get behind.
Would that have been when he missed out on his hat-trick?
oh, don't talk about the hat-trick again.
We'll leave that one for another day. Good tidy bowling.
Shout out to Ollie if you're listening, mate. Thanks for that drop.
Ollie from Oasis.
Has Ollie
For
paid
all your
the
building
fine?
needs.
Pressure building here, none for 12 off 2.3.
It's a nice ball, well played,
Oh,
well fielded. And there's another bad bounce.
They're backing up too. The girls are on in the field.
That's well bowled. It's jumped up a bit, probably a little bit high.
Going over the top just.
Wasn't sure whether to come forward or go back there. It's a nice length. Got the replay, there's a nice bit of, probably down the leg side as well, but nice bit of movement coming into the batter.
behind her from the top deck nightclub end.
And it's in the air. Oh, and got away with it.
Unlucky.
Let's see the replay. It might have come down almost on the stumps.
Almost. It's the leading edge there.
Perfect length, perfect line. She just doesn't know whether to come forward or go back. Got a leading edge straight in the air. Fell safe, very lucky.
So definitely the pressure's building here. Last couple of overs, been very economical.
So guys, what do you think of the umpire's shirts? Very impressive.
Yeah, I love a bit of salmon.
Salmon, are we?
We're going with the
maybe
salmon.
It looks a little bit like a pate.
Takes me back to the mid-2000s.
I still rock a bit of salmon every now and then.
I'm sure you do it.
Yes, my 84-year-old mother does like that colour herself. No, not for me.
84-year-old mother, I thought you were 84.
She had me hip there. I feel 84.
Here's a short one. Ooh.
Oh.
Called a wide by the umpire there.
Called a wide,
A
but
little bit unlucky there. She sort of got out of the way of that and snuck down leg, but would have hit her if she didn't move.
I reckon Yulia would be annoyed at herself there. Missing out on that one. Another short one. Well fielded. Good
Incredible
pressure
fielding
building
there
here.
at Point, absolutely. None for 14 off 3.2.
After 7 off the first.
Great fielding there at point though.
Just short of her, almost catchable then.
Oh, switch it.
Oh, wow.
And there's the first wicket.
There it is.
And she'd run out there, Mia, unfortunately.
And that's all come from the pressure building there. They tried to sneak a quick single that wasn't there and out by
Unlucky.
quite a way.
Yeah, maybe a little bit disappointed there after a very good batting performance yesterday to be run out. It was only hit maybe 10 metres off the stumps. So a very risky single, and as it turned out, it wasn't on.
Good fielding by the Singapore team. A quick throw back to the keeper and taking the bails. You can often freeze a bit in those situations where you think it's easy and you overthrow or you fumble. But yeah, very clean. I'll be absolutely pumped the girls to get that first wicket.
1 for 14 off 3.3.
In the first 3 games, the Singaporean girls really have thrown well. They've hit the stumps so many times. That one right beside the stumps, and quite easy for the keeper to gather the ball and take the bails off. The incoming batter is Maria Cora, better known as Cora. Corazon. But Cora now, she's batted very well. She was one of the players of the match yesterday.
Straight on the back foot.
Bang.
That's a lovely arm.
2 players tied for the player of the match yesterday, one of them being Cora.
Beautiful shot and great fielding. Really good cricket. 1 for 15 off 3.4.
And there's another one. There's the first boundary.
Absolutely beautiful. Got to that on the full.
Save your legs.
Certainly in her strike zone there. She does like the pull shot.
I do like this from Sharma though, trying to pitch the ball up. She just overdone it on that one, but better than bowling short and letting the batsman get away with it. Make them get on their front foot. She'll readjust.
It'll relieve a little bit of pressure.
ones there. Just the one.
Got a good all-round game there, very delicate on the offside after smashing on the ball before.
And that'll be the end of the over. So we'll probably see a change, I think, from the top deck nightclub end. And there is a change. Let me have a look. Chirindra. Correct, Nico?
Starting to learn the girls.
Alright, a little bit of right arm off spin by the looks of it. Good choice with the pressure built, 1 for 20 off 4. Slow bowling making them work for it.
Oi, skidded on.
One stayed low. Still hasn't dried up out there, Nico.
Yeah, that one was one that kept low. Just looking at the trying to see the replay there.
It's just snuck down leg, I think.
Just down leg. Be a little bit careful when you're playing back to that ball, that length ball.
Rocks back. Good backing up at the non-striker, but no run. So Nico, talk to me. You sat here and gloated about how many roast dinners you enjoyed down at the steakhouse. How did you go last night? Did you get
Beautiful
yourself a
roast
Sunday-
lamb. Went
Sunday
down for
roast?
dinner last night. And roast lamb, roast potatoes, and beautiful vegetables.
Right,
A nice mint jelly sauce on it.
The old bull's head come through with the goods.
Oh, they certainly did. And after having no lunch yesterday,
Just the one serving.
no, there was a dessert that followed that. A very, very nice apple strudel with ice cream, I must admit.
That's a lovely shot.
Rocked onto the back foot.
4 runs. You can tell what Nico's passion is. It's a toss-up between the roast and cricket at the moment.
And strudel.
Mm.
Who accompanied you
I had the
yesterday?
girlfriend come with me
Oh,
last
yes,
night.
yeah. She ate all her dish, or you finished that
I
for her
did
too?
help her with one of the slices of lamb.
Oh,
Can't
you're a
lie.
good boyfriend.
Yeah. Nothing goes
That's,
to waste.
that's the kind of guy I am. Always there to help. It was a big serving though, she was struggling.
Yep.
But then after saying that she'd had enough and the last slice came to me, she did then partake in a nice chocolate caramel
Oof.
brownie with a,
Geez, you've had a
with
day
a
out.
sauce on it. So
Oh,
That's another good
back,
shot.
another
There
great
is a
shot.
fielder out there. Gets
Well
down low and
fielded.
well fielded. And a beautiful arm back in.
Singapore fielding very well. Nothing's got through.
This is
Chris and the team down there at Bull's Head Steakhouse, they do look after me, and they certainly have looked after me with what we've done at the cricket ground here. Both them and Top Deck nightclub.
That's a
Mr.
lovely
Billy
shot.
and Chris been very good supporters.
You must have been chatted. The Top Deck nightclub wasn't open, just to go and dance your lamb away.
There was not a lot of dancing to be done last night. The body was a bit tired.
I think it was the extra bit of lamb, Nico.
After the game yesterday, I had to jump on the mower and try and get this down. Unfortunately, the last game, the batters certainly weren't getting value for runs with the shots they played. It was pulling up.
Short again, and that's big. 1 bounce, I think. 2 bounces and over.
Good effort in the deep.
Lovely shot.
After building all that pressure, the Singaporeans have started to bowl a little bit short here and got punished this over.
Yes, definitely. Very nice shot from Yulia. She's moved along to 17 off 18 deliveries now. After a slowish sort of start, she's starting to hit her straps. And that's the end of that over. It was a costly one. After all that pressure,
Went for 11.
went for 11. So probably be disappointed in that.
Indonesia have moved to 1 for 31 off 5.
And they've gone to one of their better bowlers of the tournament to come and see if they can jag this back. Kumar, Vinu Kumar. Spelled a very good length and a very good line. Bit of movement.
Alright, right arm over the wicket. Medium, quick, Dave.
Just a nice medium pace, but finds a good spot.
Okay.
Bit of movement into the batter. There it is there, first ball. Maybe a little bit over pitched on the half volley side, but
Beautiful
it was
on
a
drive.
good shot. Very good
Absolutely.
shot. And a direct hit again. Well known for their direct hits, the Singapore team.
Just slightly over pitched and punished. Beautiful shot.
It wasn't a bad opener though, not a bad first ball.
Mm.
Just a really nice shot. Just sending Nico out into the stands, a bit of roaming with Nico.
Yeah.
See if you can get some of these supporters
Well
and
played
family
off the
members
bat.
on the microphone. Nice shot, pushes through.
You can see there, Dave, after 1 over of releasing that pressure, they're away a little bit now, Indonesia. Scoring
Yeah.
a bit freer.
Yeah, they definitely had him stuck there for a while.
Run rates moved above 6.
Oh,
False start.
certainly Indonesia will be certainly trying to push along with this run rate, but Singapore will definitely be wanting another wicket here.
Mm.
They'll be happy they struck early, but now they need to strike again. Down the leg. Just off the thigh pad, I think.
Yeah, got away with one there. Starting to dry up a bit too out there. You can see the ball moving along the ground a bit quicker now as well. More value for money with the shots.
A bit wide that one, I think,
Very wide.
but got away with it.
Certainly got away with one there, Dave.
The man in salmon was unresponsive. That one's definitely wide.
That's a big wide down
But
leg.
promising. There's a lot of movement there for her.
Definitely movement,
Pushing
yeah.
up into the wind.
You know, with these balls, they move a little bit if you take the pace off them.
That's right.
Just got to get that line right. Length isn't bad.
Although you mightn't be aware, I think they're using kookaburras.
Okay.
Because of being a... Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Great shot.
I'd say that could almost get there. No, it's a bit slow.
Hold up.
And there's another good arm.
Beautiful pull shot behind square there
Yes,
for 2.
yes.
Great fielding, though.
Hasn't been a bad over from Kumar. Obviously had that wide and 2 off the first. 6 off it so far. Should be looking for a dot ball or wicket here.
Yeah.
They can't really concede more than 6 and over. Otherwise they'd be chasing along a lot of runs. That's a nice ball.
Absolutely beautiful ball. Swung in. Well played.
Beautiful. That's the end of the over.
Yeah, 6 down.
So the power play has been lifted. So the fielders are due to go out now if they want to, if the captain chooses.
5 out, Dave.
I think she'll put a few out straight away.
Yeah. What would you do, mate, if you were the captain here? Would you be trying to build some more pressure, or would you spread that field and save some runs at 1 for 38?
Certainly want to put pressure. I'd let them take the shot. I'd want some cover over on the onside. I think the girls, both of them have been strong through mid-wicket. So I think cover at mid-wicket, but I would be definitely bringing my fielders up, make them hit over the top.
Yep.
We saw in the first day a couple of good drop catches where they brought the fielders up. I'd prefer the drop catch than an easy single.
Sure.
And that's that one we talked about. There's no one at cow corner, and that's where they've hit most of their runs. So
Bit of a
certainly
slump
that's
sweep.
where I'd be putting my fielder at cow corner.
Yeah.
Deep mid wicket. I'd bring my two fielders straight. I'd bring them up into the ring. And depending on the bowler, I don't think there's much point having a deep point even. I think just having the fielders around the bat would be the way I'd go.
I tend to agree, and they've moved another person deep on the onside.
Yep.
For
So it's just an easy single there now, and that's it there.
Right on cue, Dave. Great arm. Wow.
And then you got to talk with your bowlers. Like, you can't be bowling short. Doesn't matter what field you set, if your bowler's not bowling to that field, yeah, you're sort of banging your head against the wall.
Sure. Yeah, not a lot of runs on the offside there. They're tending to drag everything on the onside, so you're right, they've got someone deep on the offside going to waste, so they need to
They haven't really challenged them to come onto their front foot. They haven't really put the ball up there. Saying that, there's one.
Much better lengths. Hit the pad, too high going down leg. Much better length.
Yep. Just a bit outside the leg stump there. Tad high maybe.
Get that a little bit further outside off. Pitch it up a little more.
And when you get movement like these bowlers are, you start using the crease a bit when you're bowling. Sort of start a bit wider of the stumps, and they allow you to bring it back in.
Short, straight to the
Well fielded. Lovely arm.
Amazing arm.
Yeah, that's the shorter one. But yeah, if you're starting to move the ball down that leg side, just sort of use the crease a bit more as a bowler. Start a little bit wider. Keep your same action. Lovely shot. Delicate. Through the gully region.
Coming back to two.
And that's well run. Very well run. Starting to hit her stride now. 27 off 25 balls. Yulia.
Run rate up to 6.73. 1 for 46 off 6.5. You can see, Dave, the pressure valve is released in Indonesia. The runs are flowing quite simply now.
A lot more free. Another short one. Well fielded.
Right. Nothing's got through point. Another over down.
That's 7 overs. So 3 more until drinks, although it looks like we've got a quick drink break now. Obviously hot out there. Very humid here today.
Yeah, we're in the wet season here in Bali. It's quite dry today, but you can tell there's a little bit around.
Got a little bit of rain on the Sunset Road on the way here.
Alright, Indonesia 7 overs, run rate 6.57, extras 8. Not too bad. A little bit too many, but not
Change
bad.
of bowling too. Oh, that's a bit of swing there.
A lot of swing down leg. Big wide.
It's a wide. So, change of bowl up. This is the captain, Shafina. She'll be trying to do what she can for her team.
A bit of pressure on the captain's shoulders here, Dave. They need a wicket.
They do need a wicket. A lot of swing. Oh, that one just skidding through.
Wide outside off. Got away with one there. Kept it just inside the line. Probably a better spot though. Get them chasing outside off.
That's a lovely ball.
Lovely ball.
Well played.
Well played. Another beautiful honest drive. There's only one run down there, Dave. Better than short.
Really not in any hurry here, the batters. They're just playing each ball on its merits. No silly shots. Waiting for the loose one. That's a good ball too.
Right.
That's gone through her. Not sure to come forward or go back. This is the line of length we're talking about.
Absolutely perfect.
Here it is on the replay. Comes out and sort of just straightens up. Not too sure what to do there. That's what they need. Ask a few more questions of this batting pair. That one's wide and put away.
Absolutely beautiful. Late cut. Pushing back for 2.
Another couple.
Well fielded again. Good arm.
Lovely arm.
After building a little bit of pressure there with a couple of balls though, she's let her off. Start again.
Yeah, I think Indonesia won't want to lose another wicket now until drinks. But in the same boat, I think Singapore will be desperate to get a wicket. So, bit of a tussle here in the last 2.5 overs, 3 overs. That's the leg side.
Another big wide down leg. Yeah, if you're not getting wickets, you've got to be building that pressure. She's let her get away with a couple there.
A little bit full, but that's all right. Searching for that Yorker.
Well played.
And well played. Another single. They're changing the strike well, these two girls. Another direct hit. Yeah, changing the strike well, and that's the main thing when you're in the middle, in the early parts of the innings, is not to get bogged down at one end. You know, you might wait for that bad ball, and the bad ball might not come, but it's no point just racking up the dot balls. It's about finding gaps in the field and pushing those singles. There's another one. It's probably going to be 2.
A beautiful on drive. No, you're right, Dave. I think in this format, you've just got to keep that run rate going up. Builds a lot of pressure down the order if you get a bit stuck at the crease. So
puts a bit more pressure on the bowlers too.
That's right.
Knowing that they're getting knocked around for 1s and 2s, and they're going at 6 or 8 and over, and they start trying to do something a bit different, and then that's where you get your loose balls. So yeah, it's a bit of a tussle at the moment, but I'd say Indonesia's started probably where they left off in the last 3 games. It's going to be up to this Singapore squad to try and change that. So we've got to change a bowler now. Basin, Raya Basin.
Really got to bowl tight here.
Coming in from the Top Deck nightclub end.
Bit of breeze over her shoulder. Short and wide and punished. Behind square on the offside.
Yep.
Coming back for 2.
She's bowled 4 overs already. 8 overs already in the in this series, but still yet to get a wicket.
I think it hit that spot there, Dave. It wasn't that short, but it kicked right up. It wasn't a bad ball, but it's hit the spot on this pitch where it bounces a little bit.
She's she's going for 10.3 and over in the series, so she'll want to try and pull that back, I'd say. That one's short and wide again.
Punished.
Got cover out there. The arm comes back in. Another good throw. Yeah, just really struggling to find her rhythm here.
1 for 57. Desperately need a wicket, you know, Dave. In this format, you get 1, you get 2, and the pressure builds really quick.
That's very true. Another short one.
Short, wide, hitting the air. Front of square this time.
Well fielded.
Well fielded. Get them just to 1. Great arm again. Straight beside the stumps. wide.
Another single.
Beautiful cut shot. Bleeding runs here.
Moves Yulia along to 33, striking above 100.
Batting well.
They're definitely doing her job. Well watched. There's going to be a wide. They really haven't exposed much of the middle or lower order of this Indonesian team due to the lack of wickets. I'm sure that's what they're planning on doing today. Let's hope their plan can come to... Oh, that's just a bit too much.
Do it on the full, right, good arm. Run out opportunity there, keeper's just missed it though. Very lucky, full toss down leg side, she got away with it then, straight to the fielder. What do you think would be a good score for Singapore to keep Indonesia to after 10, Dave?
Well, I don't think... Indonesia have been comfortably making 160, 170 most games. That's in the air.
Sky ball.
Not going to get there. The bowler's been able to get over and pick it up herself. Look, I think if they can get them in, keep them down around 110, 120. I mean, Singapore haven't really made much more than 60 runs themselves, so they'll definitely be thinking they need to keep them as low as possible, because Indonesia have been bowling well as batting well. But yeah, I think 120 would feel like a win.
Okay. So 1 for 61 after 9. If they can keep them below 70 here, if they can tighten the screws before the 10, they'll go in with a little bit of confidence. Desperate for a wicket though, Dave, I think, this over.
Yeah, I think so. This will be the 9th over, and yeah, 1 for 61. Anyone can keep it tight, it'll be Kumar. She's been probably one of the best bowlers on the Singapore lineup. That's a lovely ball. That's uppish.
Great start, well played.
Well fielded.
Well, the one thing Singapore have done, Dave, is they've slowed up the boundaries.
That's
Only
true.
1s and 2s being hit, so you can see that score slow down.
Yep.
Keeping it outside off, it's harder to score out there. They're loving it on the onside. It'll be drying up out there too, it's certainly getting hot here.
Another good ball. Straightens her
Yeah,
up.
Beautiful. Nice little in swinger.
Bit short, bit wide, and that's through. That'll be wide.
Another direct.
Another direct hit.
Disappointing. Two really good balls, built a little bit of pressure and then bowled a wide. It was missed by the keeper.
Let him off the hook.
Run for 64, wicket here.
4 more balls now until the drink. Sent back. Yeah, nice ball. So what do you think they need to do?
I think Singapore need to put some pressure on. If they're 3-0 down, they've really got nothing to lose. So they need to pitch the ball up a little bit more, bring the field in, put a few around the bat.
That's bold.
Bowled.
That's the line, that's the
Absolutely
length.
Beautiful in swinger.
Very, very, very good bowling. And that's the end of Maria. 12 off 14 balls. Batted very well. I think we'll have a drink now, I'd say.
To answer your question, Dave, if she bowls someone, I think that'll help. Your the pressure before the drinks break.
No better feeling
Holy
than
moly.
going into drinks with a wicket. So definitely, hopefully, the momentum can shift here for the Singapore team. And that is drinks, 9.4 overs, 2 for 64. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Very good. at her.
But that's the length where hard to get forward to. She tried to play back and couldn't get right back.
Definitely a bit of shape in the air. That's a nice shot. Cover coming down from off the fence. They're going to push back for two.
Very well run.
A lovely throw.
A little bit of pressure on the field's person then. Got an extra single out. As good as Nico's done with this oval, Dave, if you put the pressure on the fielder, you can often get that extra single.
You can. That's short and wide. Just tried a quicker ball there, I think. Maybe just come out of the...
Stuck in
the hand. So the last ball of this over, it's been quite tidy.
Much better over, only gone for five.
Only five, 4 with the wide. Start building the pressure again. That's nice. A little bit short.
Her eyes certainly lit up there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably be annoyed.
It's failed to make contact.
And that'll be over.
Great flight. Good over. 3 for 71 off 11.
Yep. We've got the captain coming back on from the Bulls Heath Steakhouse end.
Pretty even at the moment, I think, Dave. If you think 120 is a good score for Singapore to keep Indonesia to, they're almost a little bit in front, I'd say. Run rate slowed up a little bit.
It has slowed up. And this is what they'll be trying to do. Continue with the pressure and make Indonesia make the mistakes. Make them play the big shots.
A little bit of energy in the field, that's what we want to see. It's a little bit quiet.
2 new batters, not in yet, so this is a good opportunity for Singapore. That's a catchable.
And edge through the slips there.
Edge through the slip. And a bad
Ada
bounce.
runs back to retrieve it.
Another great
Takes
arm,
2 more.
straight beside.
So well bowled there.
And I'll have to see the
shot with the outside edge.
replay on that one. It looks like she may have got a bit of movement in the air. Definitely hooping them in. That one might have just straightened up.
Very good length through her forward.
Another good ball. Right in the block hole.
Good cricket, well played, well fielded.
Yeah, certainly learned after the mistakes of the first game. Their length has vastly improved. Savini's been pitching that ball up, allowing it to move around a little bit, and asking some serious questions of the batter.
A little bit outside. Oh, great effort in the field. Oh, she's coming back. No. Sent back. Wisely.
And the throw right beside the stumps again. There's a catching chance there, but it's hit very hard through point.
You can see Tori's very quick between the wickets. Always looking for 2, which is great. Like we said, you put that pressure on the fielder, there's often an extra run there, so it's good to see. Was in a run out earlier though, so just needs to know who she's batting with. Change in the field. Left-hander on strike.
Left-hander.
Interesting to see how the bowlers handle the left-hand, right-hand combination. Have to adjust their line every ball nearly.
She's adjusted perfectly there.
Yeah, well bowled.
Much better length this over. Hasn't been a boundary for a while. Exactly what you spoke about, Nico, trying to adjust to the left-hand, right-hand combination. That one would have been a perfect ball for a right-hander, but it's a wide to the left.
Yeah, in a as it was explained to me, that in a Muslim country it really is frowned upon being left-handed.
Really?
But, you don't see a lot of left-handers.
Okay.
I know there's only one in the whole men's competition, and I don't know of any left-handers in the women's competition here in Bali. This young lady's from Jakarta.
That's a nice ball. Oh,
Made a full toss of it.
Uppishly played.
all right.
A single.
Well fielded.
Oh, that's an interesting statistic you got there, Nico.
It's something I wasn't aware of, but someone pointed it out yesterday. Because you eat with your right hand.
Right.
I know in the Middle East it's more prominent.
Well played.
I know my mother would have been in trouble being a left-hander. She is.
12 overs down, 3 for 78.
Strike rate 6.5.
Yeah, it's hovered around that for a while now.
So still a few batters in there on the side ready to come in. I reckon it's time that they start thinking about, pushing this run rate up. Still got Sari and a few others to come in, so still plenty in the shed.
They're really preparing for a World Cup for next year. It'd be a good thing to see how hard they can go, find out where their gears are, from first gear, just try to get up into top gear. It's still early in the innings, but with plenty in the shed, it wouldn't be a bad tactic for the girls to start to go hard and learn more about themselves, their own abilities.
Is that something, Nico, their coach is teaching them at the moment, do you know?
I know they do a lot of big hitting practice. They spend time in the nets, certainly working on defence and techniques, but there is a certain amount of practice time dedicated to just straight out big hitting.
So brought the opener back on, Adabasin.
Beautiful shot, little
Lovely
flick of the
shot.
wrist.
This left hand, right hand combination is quite annoying when you're a fielder. Just
Changing,
run
go from
here,
fine
run
leg
there.
to fine leg.
unless you're the captain, Dave, and you just plonk your backside wherever and
Yeah,
bark
well,
the orders out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one perk of it.
That's a lovely ball.
Beautiful ball.
We
Nice
certainly
line,
have some
nice line.
fielders in our side that don't like to move around too much in the field.
I'm not sure if it's don't like to or can't. There's a big difference.
Can't is maybe a better answer.
It's a big oval.
Hey, they're coming to the bowl now.
Oh, it's up-ish. Catching opportunity.
And that is
There
out.
it is.
And you can see what that means to the girls.
Indonesia, the Singaporean captain takes a comfortable catch at mid-off there.
Absolutely massive. You could see that coming. They're building the pressure, perfect length. Got her to come forward straight up in the air. Good catch.
Good ploy too, I think, from captain to bring on her opening bowler when they need that breakthrough. Get some pressure. It's good to save your better bowlers for the end, but sometimes if you wait until the end, it might already be too late. So, good move to bring her back into the attack, and it's caused this breakthrough. And yeah, lovely catch.
Great catch. A little bit of pressure now, Nico. We might see if they bring in your tactic of trying to swing the bat and get that run rate up. But they're 4 down, so there's a little bit of pressure.
We get a bit of a look at the middle order and tail of Indonesia. We haven't seen it so far in this tournament. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they can do. Singapore will be very happy with this. 4 wickets now in the halfway through the 13th over.
They deserve it. They've
Yeah, very
fielded
much
well.
so.
They're starting to bowl a lot better line and length here.
Holding catches makes a big difference. They have had opportunities in previous games. They're holding on to their opportunities here.
Good opportunity for Singapore to really build the pressure now, bring that field up. Let them know about it a little bit.
They still have three in the deep.
What have they got left in the sheds, Nico, Indonesia? Got any firepower? Little Sari hasn't had a bat yet.
El Sari's still sitting in there. Obviously, the coach has decided to give other players a bit of a turn out in the middle. There's no use winning a tournament and having gain nothing as far as experience for half the team.
It's true.
But then in the same boat, Nico. Obviously, this is the game they want to win to secure the series. So there's a bit of a fine line. They can muck around in the last two games. They really need to get the win here.
Well, and that happened in their World Cup qualifier, didn't it? They left their run very late.
Last two balls.
I don't want to do that again. Oh, it's a beautiful ball. Oh, that's
down the leg
very
side.
Unlucky, I think.
The line was good.
Wow.
But that's the left-hand, right-hand combination. Rama on strike, the left-hander. Just struggling with the radar, adjusting to that left-hand, right-hand combination.
I wouldn't mind seeing a replay of that, though. I think that was very close to the leg stump.
I don't think they give too much tolerance there, Lovey. They're very tight.
That's a lovely ball.
Bowling well. Well run.
Well run too, yep. Good cricket.
All right, 13 down. Indonesia 4 for 81 with a run rate of 6.32. 4 for 82.
So projected score, if they continue with this run rate, gives them 124, which is what we talked about earlier about trying to keep them down. They've definitely been able to bring this run rate down and get wickets along the way. So they'd be pretty happy with the way they're going at the moment. I hope they can continue this and keep creating the pressure and create a really good game here for the run chase to come.
I think now they need to keep that pressure up. Don't save anything till the end. I think if they can get them out cheaply here, keep that pressure up, more wickets, run rate will drop.
So Davina Sharma is to come back on. Already bowled 2 overs earlier.
1 for 9.
It's a nice spot. Able to get back on the back foot, work it around the corner. Well fielded again.
Absolutely.
Lovely throw.
Sharma's bowled well. 1 for 10 off 2.1, but built that pressure early.
Sharma's been one of the more difficult bowlers to get away. She bowls some awkward lengths.
Very tempting too, Nico. She throws it right up above the eyes.
As soon as she does it too, they like to play back even though the ball can be full.
That's true.
And
That's very true.
very risky. Maybe she bowled from the other end, from the top deck nightclub end, where they get that inconsistent bounce. She might be a little bit more.
Probably the only one I
dangerous.
saw that didn't play back to her was Nanda in the first couple of games. She definitely was getting out of her crease and getting it on the full, working the ball.
A lot smarter, but when she's floating that ball up, it's very hard to pick the length.
Yep, I agree.
So Singapore have leaked a couple of easy singles there. They need to pick up that pressure. 2 very easy singles in close.
2 relatively new batters in. I'd be having the fielder up.
Yeah.
The girls
Get 'em
are
up.
right on the ring almost. They could come in a little bit there
Couple of
just to
steps.
cut down the single.
That's right.
Especially being so slow, the outfield.
And again, another easy single. That ball's going about 20 foot off the pitch and they're getting singles with ease. So
20 feet, Lovey. You're showing your age.
I've been playing a bit of golf, mate, so that's about how far I got to putt from most times.
Whereabouts are you playing?
Golf course?
Yeah, typically a golf course somewhere.
That does work. It does work.
Up this end, mate, I tend to make my way up here somewhere, up to Nukuta or Bali National.
Have you played at Pandoa?
Haven't, no. I only saw that oval the other week when we had a bit of football training there, mate.
Some good news there, mate, is the back road should just about be finished.
You beauty.
So makes it a lot quicker trip from the other side of town.
Sounds good.
That's a nice ball. Well played.
Well bowled.
Couldn't do much else with that.
Perfect. Great flight.
Bit short. Got away with it. And a
Only
leg
just
by.
short of a length there. It's not as if it's a bad short ball. They do try and get back, and must really put the umpire under a little bit of pressure with these when it wraps them on the pads.
Actually worth a shout. I thought that was a long way down leg, but it wasn't bad. Would have been missing, but put the pressure on the umpire to make a decision.
One thing here, guys, if we look at the skyline around us now, where the ground is located, here we are in the middle of a fairly well forested or bushy area, but we're in the middle of the university precinct, and there's cranes on the skyline everywhere here. There's a lot of construction work going on.
This is true. Bali's a happening place.
That's one word.
How would you describe it?
Overgrown.
We are in the middle of jungle pretty much here. And, when the ball's hit over the fence, it's up to locals to find it. I'm certainly not going looking for it.
Nice
Might
ball.
not come out.
Shouldn't be able to get a single there. Should not be able to get a single.
Fielded too well to be allowing that. Pick up that pressure.
Plus there's cover behind the point fielder. No reason she shouldn't be in a bit closer on her toes, stopping that single, and if it gets past, she's got the cover behind.
Run rate is coming down though, 6.14. It was nearly snuck up to 7 earlier, so they're doing well, Singapore.
Doing very well. Bit short again, and that may have found the gap. That might be the first boundary in quite a few overs. So be relieved about that one.
The first boundary in about 6 or 7 overs, I think.
Yep. And they'll be wanting more of that, Indonesia. Well played.
That outfield, Nico, will be speeding up a little bit now too. It's drying up.
Yeah, as it dries, certainly should. It was very damp this morning, just with a dew. Had been mowed a bit shorter, so hopefully better than the last couple of days.
So Ramawati moved along to 12 off 12 balls, starting to take the lead role here. Waits for that, late cut.
Well kept.
Well
That's
kept.
not the length to cut though. That's just too full to be able to cut. She needs to get onto that front foot.
Very well done from the keeper, bowling medium pace but keeping up to the stumps. Nice clean take.
The other sister, the other twin bowling now, I think.
Ria Bassin leans back, punches that down to mid on, and they're going to come back for 2. That's well run. Been a highlight of the Indonesian innings is each game is the running between the wickets. Happy to take on the fielders. They have absorbed a few run outs. That is going to happen, but they're happy to take it on, which is a credit to the coaching staff, because I think I watched them play maybe 12 or 18 months ago, and it certainly wasn't a highlight. And even the under-19 girls, I did some commentary for them in their World Cup bid, and yeah, the running between the wickets, they probably lost 15 or 20 runs in one of the innings that I commentated, but definitely they've been working on this. Credit to the coaching staff.
It's definitely something the Indonesians do well, Dave. I know in our league they definitely hustle.
Very
Put us
good
under
fielders.
pressure and field well, run well.
Yep, 100%.
Rio moves into bowl now. Pitched up.
That could be out.
Uppishly.
Oh.
Sliced off through point, just over the top of the
Good
point
effort by the
fielder there.
captain. Just over ahead.
Again, pitching that ball up. force the mistake. It was very airy, that shot.
And that'll be over.
Would have been a great catch.
That's 15 down. 4 for 94. What do you think from here, Lovey? Do you think?
Yeah, I think you might be pretty close with your 120, mate. I think Singapore will be extremely happy to keep them to that at this stage. They just need some more wickets though. If they can get some wickets, who knows? Maybe just over 100.
It's
Only 5 overs to go. They're not scoring very quickly.
It is a lot easier too to come in as a batter knowing that you're chasing 120 than 170 or 180.
That's true.
So interesting late morning of cricket to come. And after this, it's not televised, but we have a couple of exhibition games. So there's going to be cricket at the Oval all day if anyone's around in the University precinct area and want to watch a bit of cricket.
Well bowled.
Well bowled. Really bowled well, Kumar. 1 for 12 off her 2. Bowls are, like we spoke about before, bowls a lot of very nice tight balls, and she had that one where she's picked up the wicket, but just got to fix up those wides.
Played.
Lovely shot.
Singapore can keep them to just singles.
You probably hear that on the microphone, the breeze has just picked up a little bit here. So she's pushing up into quite a front-on breeze, which will help her move the ball around a bit. She's got to think about keeping it a little bit wider outside the off and let it swing in. Here she comes. That's nice. It's well fielded. No one backing. Oh, good fielding.
Another easy single though. And like Nico said, that it just makes it hard for the bowler with the left-right hand combination. If they give easy singles away, makes it very hard to get your length right in your line.
Lovely shot. Easy runs. Just the one.
Good choice.
Nice throw into the bowler's end there. The bowler coming in from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. And has bowled very nicely. Previous games as well. She has been one of the picks of the Singaporean bowlers.
Well bowled. Wasn't sure whether to come back. Go forward. That's that length. A lot of these Indonesian batters are choosing to stick with the back foot though. I would like them to come forward a bit more and play the ball on its merits. Another good ball. Well fielded. Good pressure, good cricket. That's the end of the over.
Kumar 1 for 15
Only
off
3 off that one.
It's nice tidy figures there from Vinu Kumar.
Still 1 over to come from her, so we're interested to see if they keep that in the book until the end of the innings, or whether she'll continue. And who have we got coming on from this end?
From the top deck nightclub end.
Chathrani. Abhirathan.
I think you nailed that, Dave.
I wouldn't say it was a nail.
It's been a little bit more costly though. None for 16 off 2. Needs to pitch the ball up. She was very short early and got punished. So get that ball up. Give it the chance to move around a bit. These ladies have been hitting the ball in the air quite a bit when the ball's pitched up. Catching
That's
opportunities
short again.
here.
Straight away.
Oh,
Worked
very
around the
well
corner and well fielded.
Unbelievable fielding there.
Saved 2 runs.
friendly throwing herself around in the field. She come around about 20 metres then, and diving save.
Is that the captain?
That's the captain.
That's why she's the captain.
There she goes in the
Great endeavour there.
yeah, body on the line.
3 years ago, Nico, she wouldn't have got up.
There'd be a lot of blood coming off the knees and the elbows then, maybe 3 years ago.
Shot.
Oh. Just got stuck in her hand then. Great run out opportunity. Bad luck. You can see Indonesia lifting the intensity here with only a few overs to go. That's the 100 up.
It's 100 up for Indonesia. The 16th over. Comes in. Keeps that one low again. Just need to get that flight.
Just a bit short.
Absorbs another single. Just needs to...
At that place, they don't have to be real short for the girls to have time to get back on the back foot.
That's right.
I think if she flights a few up here, they'll get hit in the air, there'll be catches.
Left-hander through mid-wicket,
Very well fielded again.
Friendly is really showing us how to
sent
field.
back.
Unlucky.
Oh, and there's anyone backing? Yes.
Very unlucky, just
Right.
didn't quite have the arm to get it in then. Another run out opportunity. Can feel the energy shift here a bit. Urgency.
These girls have played 4 games on the trot here now, and they're still really upbeat in the field. They haven't dropped their bundle at all.
That's a better ball.
Much better. Well played though.
It hit off the back foot again. They have got away with it though, the Indonesian girls, playing off that back foot, full pitch balls.
Hasn't been a great over, but not too many runs scored. Only 6 off the over, which I think they'd be happy with. If she can get a dot ball here, I think it's been a bit of a win for Singapore. Around the wicket. Comes in. And a bit short again. Pushes across for the single.
Very well fielded.
Very
by
well
the captain
fielded again.
Beautiful arm.
Right over the stumps.
I think that's really credit to the surface there, Lovey.
Yeah, that is a very well mowed section of the ground there.
Very well made. It's very close to the commentary spot here, so didn't have to go too far to get there.
There is a young fellow, a 10-year-old, that was listening in yesterday, I know, and he was down here every Tuesday assisting with transplanting grass into that area. He did an incredible job.
What's his name, Nico? Let's give him a shout out.
Young Kane Diggle.
Oh, Kano. I know Kane.
You all know
Dirkie's young fella.
Dirk's son, yes.
Played a round of golf with Dirkie a while back. He hit a hole in one.
Dirk was
Oi,
actually here yesterday.
Jesus.
He's only here for a couple of days with working on something. He lives in Malaysia.
He got his name on the wall at New Kuta there.
Hole
Okay,
in
he got
one.
his name on the wall. I didn't know that one.
With a forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
On a par 3.
On a par 3. Doesn't hit it too far, Dirkie, but
Obviously hits it straight.
I'm saying a forward.
That's a nice ball.
Probably an 8 iron, but
Did it come off a tree or anything like that?
possibly. I don't know, but
Going to push for 2? No.
there's
Just a single.
no pictures on the scorecard, as they say.
A good man, our friend Dirk.
Man, his son Kane.
His son
Yeah,
Kane is a
out
good
to
kid. I
Yeah,
coached
he's
him a little bit in cricket.
The
Oh,
local
sorry,
school
football.
Here, Dave, they 1 day a week they do a bit of community work,
Yes.
and his community work he volunteered to come down the ground each day, and my
Yep.
ability to do a lot of physical work isn't there, so Kane was the one doing all the plugging of the grass.
So you had your finger out that day, I assume, Nico?
Sorry?
You had your finger out that day? Pointing?
Yeah, pointing a lot. Put one in that hole, put another one in that hole.
I'm sure you would have looked after him with a couple of rupiah.
No, I gave him nothing. He
Nothing?
He wasn't allowed to.
Not even a drink.
Work
Didn't get a drink.
experience.
Didn't work hard enough. No, he's a good lad actually.
Good on you, buddy. Looks great. Honestly,
I've
the
had to buy
ground's beautiful.
his father a drink that night.
people who don't know, this ground was a fair cow paddock a few years ago. More rocks than grass on it. So Nico's done an incredible job with the help of plenty of people.
Ashama comes in for her third ball. Little short again. Hit well and fielded well.
Very well.
Rama's actually shown some good form here. Having not seen her before, not knowing what to expect.
3.3 overs,
like what I've
none for
seen.
16. So if she can get this through, she probably should be under 6 and over, which you say would be pretty par. That's a good ball.
Oh,
And
how was that?
Maybe just off the pad, I think.
We'll look at the replay now.
Just going down leg and a little bit high, I think.
Here's the replay. Comes in. Is there any bat on that? Hard to say.
Maybe off the glove.
Oh,
Great effort from the keeper.
good effort from the keeper.
I think the keeper is one of the much younger members of the Singaporean team. Very, very slight in build.
Oh, well played. Well pushed by the fielder. Another direct hit, just to put that one in the book. Unbelievable amount of direct hits.
All for 109. They've still got some firepower in the shed here, Indonesia. They might want to start throwing the bat a little bit to get that score up.
Yeah.
120 to win for Singapore, Dave thinks. So Indonesia need to hustle a bit here. Only 2.1 overs to go.
I think we'll see the captain bowling one of the last overs. That's a nice shot. Hit straight. Well fielded again. Lovely arm.
And a great spell from Sharma.
So Sharma's bowled well.
1 for 18 off 4 overs.
Well bowled.
Yeah, nice tidy figures those.
Absolutely.
4.5 and overs. Not a bad effort.
Very good.
With a run rate of 6.1, she's definitely very economical.
2 overs to go. What can Indonesia do?
So getting back to poor old young Kano. He doesn't get a drink. He doesn't get a little bit of rupiah at the end of the day. But he still went home with a smile on his face, Nico?
Always a smile on his face, mate. No, usually he comes back home for a swim, unless he's racing off to school.
Yep.
During the pandemic, they had a lot of time spent in front of a computer rather than in a classroom.
That is a lovely shot. Well bowled, lovely
this
shot
is
and well fielded.
unbelievable cricket.
This is really good pressure cricket from both teams. You wouldn't see a better square drive than that. You wouldn't have saw
Absolutely beautiful.
better fielding than that.
It was a very good ball.
Exciting cricket. There's the throw. Oh, would have been out. Another ball right up in the block hole. Just a single.
Nice little on drive for 1.
Wonderful
Hayder's
bowling from Basan.
Hayder's length really has been excellent today. The figures there. This is her 4th over, I think.
4th over, yep.
With 1 for 15. Just struggling to see the screen.
Yeah,
here.
1 for 15.
As an
Been one
opening
of the better
bowler
bowlers.
bowling in the power play, they're
Yeah.
good figures.
That's good figures. See if she can finish it off for the team. Another good ball.
Oh.
Lovely bowling.
All the batter could do was just a defensive push back down the
Certainly
track.
a different Singaporean outfit to what I witnessed on the first day. They're coming into their stride, they're getting a bit more confident, pitching the ball up, finding the line, finding the length.
Run rate's down to 6.
That's a bit full. She's got cover back there. Oh, skipped over. Bit of a lump in the ground there, I think.
No lumps down there, mate.
One of the rare ones left.
All right, so we've got 2 left in this over with 1 more over to come after that. Indonesia 4 for 112. Hasn't been a slashing in innings of any description, but they'll be looking to hit the boundary a few times. in the next few balls. That's well bowled, well played. That is a lovely shot. Pierces the field.
Through the field, I keep it to 2.
Keeping it to 2, hopefully. Turns.
Another good arm.
Lovely throw.
Straight beside the wicket.
Well fielded.
They haven't all got the strongest arms, but they're very, very accurate.
Very, very. So last ball of this over. So 7 balls left in the innings. 4 for 114. That's well bowled. Dot ball.
Left.
Well
Even
played.
better spell, 1 for 18 off 4.
1 for 18 off 4.
Yeah, good
Wonderful
figures.
bowling by Basan.
I think Dad'll be sitting over in the grandstand there, very happy with the daughter there with those figures.
Sorry, should
So who takes the last over? It'll be the captain.
Dave's projection of 120 could be spot on here. 114 on the board, run rate of exactly 6.
He's a guru.
That's what he tells us. You might be one here. One over to come.
The guru that missed out on his hat trick, yes. He does tell us that.
Well,
Oh, a lot of talk about the hat trick. What about the century? Caught on the boundary.
For 94,
Seven.
was it? 97.
all you wish was Ollie was fielding that day for them.
He would have caught that one.
Oh, it's full and played well.
Well,
Fielder there.
Clean.
And lovely throw.
Very
So
good.
there's 1. 5 balls to come. Definitely be looking for boundaries here. Both these batters have been in long enough. Probably got their eyes in quite well. Time to start throwing the willow around a bit.
Breeze has dropped now.
The breeze has dropped.
Certainly
A bit of
has
silence has come over the ground.
This has gone very quiet. Tension.
Not too bad. That's a dot. Another win.
Well fielded.
Singapore on top here.
And I noticed a lot of the Singaporean girls got the towel in the back of the pants there. The ball must be get very slippery with the perspiration.
Bit full. That'll just be pushed down the ground for 1. And another good arm.
Goes to show how well Singapore have bowled. Indonesia are only 4 down. And only 115 on the board, so
Been a very tight display of bowling.
absolutely.
The poor old point
Julia.
comes square leg fielder there is having to run from side to side.
Yeah, bowled a few overs and then having to run around.
That's well bowled. Rama smashed that. And there's that boundary.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Umpire just got out of the road of that, but to move quite quickly.
Great shot.
Squash salmon.
Served it. Moved to 30 off 30. Just over pitched.
Bit down the leg side too. Find it hard to adjust to the left-right batters. Some of these bowlers. So what do we got left? 2 to come. 2 dots. That's a wide. There could be a run out. Oh. Well run, well run.
Non-striker
So picked
backed
up 2
very
wides
well
there.
then. Hustled through for the extra single there.
So still
Very
2
well.
balls to come in this innings.
Late little flurry from Indonesia to get them up to 122. And they finish with.
They'd be desperate for a couple of big ones. That's full, and that's well hit. There's cover out there.
Nice bounce.
Nice fielding.
Well done.
So 1 to come. That wasn't a no ball, was it? No.
That's a good example there, though, that there's often an extra run on the arm. She misfielded that. If they had hustled with 1 ball to go, would have snuck another one in.
Yeah, definitely worth the risk at this time of the innings. Final ball of the innings. What's going to happen, Nico? Give us your rundown. I think it's going to be a swing and a miss.
I think she's going to be going big.
I think it's a swing and a miss. What about you, Lovey?
I'll give her a 2.
Oh, no miss.
Hit hard down to long on. fielder. They're going back for the second.
Oh,
That's
well
very
done.
well run.
We have a new guru. Well done.
Well done. And a great finish for the Indonesians.
Indonesia
And that'll be the
4
end of the
for
innings.
125.
4 for 125 of their 20 overs. Some really good bowling, some beautiful batting, and some wonderful fielding. So we're in for a good run chase coming up in 10-15 minutes time when we see Singaporeans come out, and they need 125 to win. They will be very desperate to get their first win in this series, so they'll go away and have a chat, and I think we're in for a good game.
Looking forward to it.
We'll see you after the break. There's the second ball, and that's hit her on the pad. Big shout.
Quick single.
Quick push through, and well backed up. So a little bit happening early.
Perfect line and length to start. Okay, big must win for Singapore. Is there any chance to draw the series?
Lovely spot.
Good bowling there.
She's bowled really well.
Nice little bit of in swing.
She's bowled really well. She's played all 3 of the first matches and 4 wickets at 2.3. So she's been one of the pick of the bowlers for Indonesia. Well bowled again, backward defence. So they've gone to Kumar to open the batting. She was one of the better bowlers earlier today, taking a wicket at a very economical run rate. That's foolish. Whipped off the pads.
Beautiful shot.
Pushing hard, looking for two. And they come back comfortably. At the other end, number 4 is one of the twins. Ria Basan.
The father will come and join us shortly.
Singapore need to start well here. Put a bit of confidence up. Must win match.
Well bowled, well played, and well fielded by the captain, Sari. And let's see the first over finished.
Yeah, a bit of movement with the new ball. Very well played, well watched.
Yeah, bowling yesterday, she was a really good hoop coming in off, pitching really almost a 5th stump line, and at times going down leg sides. A really nice hoop.
Dave was saying that they're different balls to what we use, Nico. What are the girls using out there?
They are. These ones I think are actually, they've got Garuda stamped on them. I'm not sure where they're manufactured, but they are certainly a better ball than what the club games are played with. They have a better seam, and the girls, particularly the bowlers, are finding a lot more they get a lot more from the ball seam wise. I'm not sure whether these are a 4-piece or a 2-piece. I would be guessing a 4.
This is Dara taking the other end.
Oh, well again yesterday, Dara.
Bowling from the top deck nightclub end.
It's a bit down leg.
The first one swung out a little bit. That one stayed straight. Big wide.
So right, you're Indonesia, Nico. What are you trying to achieve here?
That's a good question. In the 4th game here, of course, we want to finish off the series, cement the win.
Oh, French cut.
I think they were going fairly hard for wickets here.
Push back.
They have managed to get Singapore out, have them 10 wickets in each innings. So I think they'll be doing the same again.
Good confident start from Singapore though. Good running.
Okay, Rob, so you're Singapore. What are you trying to achieve?
Well, I'm firstly trying to win the game, because we have to. But there's no rush. They're not chasing a huge total, so just get your eye in, pick the right ball. Got 20 overs to play.
Lakeside again. All runs in the book.
Yeah, so just get some runs on the board and
build your confidence.
Yeah, that's right. And most importantly, like we saw in the first innings, you lose a couple of wickets, it's where the pressure builds. So if they can just stay in, don't lose too many in the first 10 and chase down the runs.
Yeah, the first two games, Rob, they did lose wickets in clusters, which certainly makes it hard. So they're just not putting partnerships together. Yesterday, better effort, but towards the end they did fall in a hole a little bit.
Yeah, they can't afford to do that today. They've got to win. So take your time.
Lovely bowling. That's straight back. And there's the first one in the second over. Probably just got up and were a bit off the pitch there. There's that little bit of bounce we were talking about earlier in the day.
I would like to see them be playing through the line though. That still is much more cross bat. Swing across her body. Leading edge just popped up back to the bowler for a quite easy return catch.
You always taught when you were a kid to play through the V. Play through the V until you get your eye in. Put your shots away. It is a different format though. Like the 2020, you do have to get off to a faster start. But like Roberts just said earlier, they're not chasing a big score. 6 and over will win this.
So I'd like to have played 2020 cricket as a young fella. I was never around there for too long. I tried to hit the ball very hard. Look at the first one and hit the next one for 4 was my motto.
Yeah, I must admit that's where I struggle a little bit growing up, playing a lot of 50 over cricket and having a lot more time to score.
Yeah, you can build an innings at 50 over, but at this you really don't get that time.
That's well played, well bowled.
Whereas
Again,
Dave comes out here and will try and hit a 6 the first ball, which I think he has done. Made a 97 recently.
Oh, there we go again.
Yeah, it's important for the openers to do their job in this because if you've got to come in early, it builds that pressure really quickly.
That's a lovely shot. Worked around the corner. Uses the pace for the bowl up, and there's the first boundary.
Nice shot from Ida there. Bit leg side. She whipped it away to final leg then for a nice 4.
Good start. Singapore won for 11 off 2. Only need to score just over 6, so 6 and over. Thereabouts. Just don't allow that run rate to creep up. That's the main thing.
Got Maria again with the gloves on keeping. Her and Nanda seem to be the two choice keepers.
Nanda having another rest day by the look of it.
Might be her last though. I think it'll be time for Nanda to come back in the next game.
That's a lovely ball. Right on her toes. Played across the line a little bit there. Just had to go to the forward defence. So that's the end.
Big in swing.
Big in swinger. And he got it right, hopefully off the pads, isn't it?
Come off the pads then?
Yeah, wrapped her on the pads and padded onto the stumps. There it is again. Takes off late, hits her on the back roll, and lovely bowling.
And again, trying to play cross bat. Play straight to that, try and get some bat on it.
The old saying, show the maker's mark. Nice straight bat is what's required.
How old's that saying, Nico?
That goes back, I think, before me because that came from my father. Show them the maker's mark.
They used to have stickers back then.
Yeah, back with Noah.
So that brings the captain to the crease. Shafina.
Being out there so early.
Probably wouldn't have been part of the team discussion for her to be in on the 3rd over. They just need a partnership. Will this be the partnership?
Indonesian bowlers bowling very well though.
That's another good ball. Bit of late swing. Difficult to play.
Beautiful action.
Very fluent. Tori really has been bowling well all tournament here.
I even
Late
think her
swing
pace
again.
has actually picked up a little bit today. Now, whether it's the fact the wind isn't quite as strong, but
She has bowled
she's
into the
certainly
wind too, hasn't she?
hitting the crease, hitting the wicket very hard.
Obviously the captain wanting her to run into the wind probably gives her a bit more swing on the ball.
Yeah, certainly assisting that big in swing she gets.
Just a slight adjustment on the field here. What have we got? Some rubbish. Alright, so fourth ball of this over, her second over. And she comes. Another top nut, and that's bowled out.
Oh, wow.
That is a beautiful.
That is a lovely ball.
And the off stump rocks back.
And that's that length we're talking about. Don't know whether to come forward, don't know whether to go back. And in the end, it slips right through you.
Oh, a little bit off the seam too, I think.
A little bit, that's the different ball. They bowl seam up. It can certainly do a little bit for them.
Nico might have to sneak that one in the bag for us, Dave, I think, for our next
Look at that,
game.
goes late and boom,
What a
Big
right
blue.
through the gate.
Absolutely
You have a look at her
perfect.
front foot there. Nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Really got to get your front foot out there.
3 for 11.
Not the start that Singapore would have wanted.
I certainly hope that the coach takes a look at these videos that we've got. He can get the replays and shows the girls where their errors are. A lot can be learned from watching themselves.
I think the other thing, Nico, when you're learning is to get in front of your stumps and make the umpire make a decision. You'd rather the ball hit you than the stumps.
I think it's only been the one LBW. There has been a lot of bowled.
That's exactly my point. If you get in front of those stumps, you know, it's harder to make a decision.
Kamal Raja. Oh! And that did not miss by much.
With Tori's bowling, the chance with a swing it so much, it's either going to hit you outside the line or the off stump, or it's going to be going down leg side with the big swing she's getting.
That's right. This girl has her stumps exposed, so they're swinging it in. Her eyes will be lighting up here. Get across, stand in front of them.
I'd love to see her throw a straight one too. Cross seam.
Nice cross seam would be good, yeah.
Or hits on the pad.
What an over.
Beautiful over. That's a
Great
double
over.
wicket maiden.
Wow.
That has been a killer of an over.
Yeah, well bowled, Tori, very well.
Very,
bowled.
very well bowled. Sari will be happy with that.
All right, Singapore under a little bit of pressure here at 3 for 11 after 3.
So Dara to continue from the Top Deck nightclub end. Some of the best boogies in town.
Just making a slight adjustment to the field there, bringing fine leg up.
Breeze has picked up, going over her right shoulder.
That's well bowled and well played off
Very
the
well
back foot.
played.
Punches through the gap.
Push. It's the single.
Well fielded.
That was a nice push through the covers there. Well balanced.
I like this field too from Sari. It's a lot more attacking than we saw from Singapore. Only one outside the circle, which is good, I think, early days, when the pressure's on.
Very square third man in the deep.
Ooh, nearly bowled her around her legs by the look of it. Is that going to be wides or leg buys?
Oh, it just flicked the heel there.
Just flick the heel of the batter. There it is. Yes, just flicked it on the back of the heel.
False
Dead
start.
ball.
Singapore going to have to really dig in here, just establish a nice little partnership.
So Dari comes in. And that's
Oh,
bowled
wow.
played that right across the line. It's taken out off stump. And she's tried to hit that onto the leg side. It's not something you should be trying to do early on in your innings when your team are 3 for 13, now 4 for 13. So the Indonesians are all over him here.
I think you'll find on the replay that did a little bit coming back in and stayed low.
Come in. Probably didn't want to try and hit that over the leg side.
Certainly
Unless you've
wasn't
been in
short
and had your
enough
eye in for a few overs.
Not short enough to play that shot then.
Did do some off the seam. So these two openers from Indonesia come through with a good scan. So Dara now with 9 for 2 off 1.3. Still 3 balls to come in her second over. Oh, well bowled.
The other way.
Well bowled.
Variation.
So two new batters at the crease now. Prasad and Raja.
That's why we had a first game, I think.
Works that round the corner. Takes the single.
Well played. These two really need to be there after 10 overs. It's a big call, but they're really just got to stay in. To really dig in, 4 down. I want to be getting into the tail too early, so it's up to these two to put together a nice solid little innings.
Well bowled. And that is out. Unbelievable.
That's awareness there. She's just wandering around the crease. Found herself short then as the bails were knocked off.
No excuses.
Very well done by the keeper. Great awareness there.
Keeping is it Annie? Maria, sorry. Very well kept. Great awareness. Who have we got coming on now? Nico, your favourite?
Who is it? Sangayu, is it?
Sangayu by the look of it. She's been the pick of the bowlers this tournament. Bowled with beautiful control, line and length.
Sangayu's got excellent figures so far in this tournament.
She comes.
Great
Nice
start.
tidy
Great
start
start.
there.
Right arm over the wicket. A little bit of off spin, Nico, is it?
Bit of everything,
A
mate.
bit of everything.
Comes out the
Okay.
back of the hand, the front of the hand.
Right.
But very, very tidy. Doesn't bowl too many loose balls.
Another nice ball.
A little bit of turn.
To date, I think she has 6 wickets for 9. Something
She
like
has
that.
5
Okay.
wickets
5 wickets, is it?
at an economic of
Oh,
There's
wow.
an edge there. Through the keeper. Didn't get a
economy
glove
of 1.6. So she has bowled very tight and got wickets. Leading wicket taker of the series so far. She's played all 3 matches, this being her 4th. 5 wickets at 1.6.
to it. I reckon I'll have a little run up there. Just a couple of paces in.
Great start. Good line and length. A little bit of flight, a little bit of turn. In the air.
Into the gap.
A lot of footwork there from the Singapore batter.
Just about her most expensive over so far of the tournament, 2 runs off it.
Put the moz on her.
Yeah, one of them was an edge through the keeper. A bit unlucky there, it's certainly catchable, but keeper up to the stumps a bit hard.
Oh,
But saying, there's a few of the spinners here with the coaching. They worked a little bit on their body rotation. It's good to see Sangayu really has worked hard on her technique, and it's paying dividends. Bowling as an off spinner, she's getting very, very good hip rotation, and it's assisting her particularly with her accuracy, I think.
yeah, you see even in first class cricket, it's not so much about the spin. More about your control and what areas you put the ball in and
Little changes
of pace,
yeah.
and so credit to her.
So if you've just come in, Singapore are in trouble at 5 for 16 off 5, chasing 125.
Got to change your bowler
Oh,
here.
that's
from the
jumped
top
up off the...
deck nightclub end.
Somehow got bat on that.
Who have we got here, Dave? Number 13.
No, I don't think it's come off the keeper.
Sayo.
Big wide down leg side.
Cheo. Cheo Leah. First game, I think.
It might be a first game. They have a squad of about 15, I think. So they're rotating them.
Definitely got a bit of bounce off that good length. Oh, there it is again.
Oi.
Oh, good bounce.
She's finding that length.
Hitting that cheeky little spot.
She has got a very tall action for a shorter lady. You see a lot of the girls bend their knees as they come in and bowl. Where traditionally, if you look at the better bowlers, they keep a nice straight leg, and she definitely has that straight leg and gives her that bit of extra,
Nice lock up, yeah.
bounce. So she's obviously had some pretty good bowling coaching from somewhere, keeping that leg very straight. That one's away.
Great shot. Delicate little late cut. Adjusted well. Very impressive, the bounce she's getting.
It's amazing if you ever try it yourself in the nets. Just feels a bit unusual at the start, just to keep that front leg locked out. Gives you a lot of higher where you release the ball and creates a lot more bounce. And that one skids through.
And it really is a key for a fast bowler to be able to, the actual fulcrum, when you lock that knee up, Brett Lee was a great exponent of it. That
Glenn
front
McGrath,
leg,
his bounce and
yeah, but
all
you lock
straight.
that up and you have your the fulcrum you're using isn't just the top of your body and your shoulder and arm. It's all the way from your ankle up.
Well taken behind the stumps. Moved across nicely.
It's something here we work with some of the men fast bowlers, quicker bowlers at front foot lock up.
That's a good spot. Well played. Interesting cricket at the moment. Both teams with different agendas, obviously. What, if you're Singapore now, what are you thinking, Rob? You think start to concentrate on batting this innings out?
Yeah,
or are you
again,
still
I
chasing
think-
the runs?
I think it's important for their confidence just to last the 20 overs at least. If you boys have said that they've lost 10 wickets each match, it's important for them to get some time out at the crease. So I would like to see them just take their time, get that run rate up a little bit, and anything's possible.
Saying, are you? That's in the air, and that's caught. So there's another wicket to Sang Ayu. Takes her tally to 6 for the tournament. And she has 1 for 2 of 1.1.
Singapore slump 6 for 19.
Bit of a nothing shot really in the end.
Good catch in the end. Had to take a few steps to her right. Got there comfortably.
They've held their
Wonderful catch.
catches, the Indonesian girls. They haven't put too much down, and they certainly has assisted in the win so far.
Yeah, touching on yesterday's game, there was quite a few drop catches by the Singaporeans, which cost them dearly in the end.
They were a bit unlucky early on yesterday. Some of those catches they dropped were right at their feet, and they weren't holding back. They weren't letting it bounce to them. They did try to get to it, getting hands, but just not being able to grasp it. But they were difficult catches. Late in the game, there was a couple of easier catches put down that cost them. But early on, I'll give them credit for at least the attempt to get to it.
Yep. They're saying, are you? Well bowled. Rocks back. Full defence.
Nice straight bat from the batter then. Pushed it back down the pitch to the bowler.
Overwritten. Saying, are you? Around the corner. Sent back. Well fielded. Nicely rocked back, sent back again. Direct hit.
Bit of foot movement here from the batter. Getting behind the line. It's a lot more comfortable. Coming in at number 8.
So comes into
Oh,
bowl.
a little bit high. But well bowled. So one more to come in this over. Potentially wicket maiden. In she comes. Well bowled. And they push through. So we'll get the single. It's one off the over. That moves Singapore to 6 for 20 off 7 overs. So 3 more until we have a drink. And Indonesia are looking to continue with their push. 4 more in the shed. They know how important it is, so many days of cricket, to try and get this wrapped up now.
Singapore batters just need to set themselves a little task here to get through to the 10th over. One little goal at a time.
Can't get it in without the wheels on.
That's well bowled. And well fielded.
Not sure whether she's bowling leg spin or off spin there, but going a bit both ways.
So whipping it through, getting that lovely bounce we spoke about earlier. That's full. Well bowled. Yorker length.
Hard to pick.
Well watched.
Ooh, umpire.
No worries, I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Looked a little wide. Got away with that one.
The other thing, she really bowls the overs quickly, doesn't she?
Gets
She
through
gets
them.
through them.
Well
There's a
played.
single.
Rock
There's a
back.
single out to the deep.
Mate, did you see the big sprinkler I've got out the ground? Got it running the other day, 60 metre diameter. I can nearly water the whole ground in one hit. It's beautiful. And it's a lot of water that pumps out.
Oh, in the forward. Well played. So 1 more to come, and then 2 more overs, and we are halfway through this Singapore innings. I'm sure it hasn't gone to how they planned. Oh, there's that bounce. Well kept, and that's over. Very tidy over again.
Another good over. Singapore 6 for 21 off 8 overs.
Oof. Really did kick up again off that pitch.
What would you like to see here, Dave, if you were Singapore?
I'd like to see him bat this out. I think you just have to bat to small wins, and the first small win is obviously to get through to drinks. So 2 overs, forget about the runs, let's get to drinks. After that, you come out and you make yourselves little goals that you can get to.
So you comes into bowl now from the bull's head, stakehouse end. Just slash outside the off stump and through to the keeper, leading the bat.
Yeah, just put a bit of value on your wicket, I think.
Small little wins.
Oh, it's another French cut. Why do they call it a French cut, Nico?
Still, I haven't got an answer to that one yet.
Might have to ask a Frenchman.
I have heard it many years ago what it was called, a French cut, but I can't recall what it was.
We'll get the team onto that one.
Our statistician out the back here.
That's well bowled and well played. Dug it out. So the over rate is really fast here by the Indonesians, I think. I think they're obviously not as many runs scored, but they're getting through these overs quickly. Bit shorter. Well played.
Eight more balls to get through to the 10 over mark. First little win.
Another nice ball, and that's in the air, just short. Very lucky. So one more in this over. Saying are you to Prasad. Oh, and that's through her. So another good over. 2 from it. Saying are you moves along to 5 for 1 off her 3, which is amazing figures again. One more over to get through before we get a break, and Singapore will not want to lose any more wickets. And on the other hand, Indonesia will want a wicket. So it's be interesting next 6 balls. Oh, and that's the wicket.
Okay. Looked a touch high, but I'm sure the replay and the ball tracking will give us an answer on this one. Slightly high, short little bats person.
Here it is here.
Oh,
could
maybe
be a little bit high. Definitely over the middle stump. But
50-50 there.
the man in salmon has made his decision.
He has. Salmon never lies.
Hard to tell really on that angle. And there's that finger.
That's all that matters.
So, unlucky for Singapore. Not what they wanted. And that's 7 for 23 of 9.1 overs. Oh, well bowled. Come out of the blocks.
It's perfect line and length, really. Hard to play. Good flight.
Beautiful spot again. Just through the fielders. They pick up keep it to a single. Lovely throw.
Off the mark.
Always a pleasant feeling to make your first run, Rob.
It is. Certainly is. 3 more balls to get through here to get through to the drinks break.
Ooh, that one's jumped a bit. But well played, kept it down. Off the gloves. Really bowling a nice line and length.
Absolutely. Well played.
Very troublesome. So one more to get through. That's a little bit wide, so we might see another one. That's well bowled as well. Well played. That's over and drinks. So I think Indonesia would have to be extremely happy with how they come out and performed.
Singapore 7 for 25, trailing by 100 runs. 10 overs to go. It's going to be an interesting second half of the innings to see what Singapore can salvage from this. I think after the break we're going to have an answer on the French cut, which is exciting, so we'll see you all then.
They reckon that
Okay, welcome back to the second 10 overs of the Singapore innings. Singapore 7 for 25 after 10. Good ball to start, well played. Number 9, change of bowler, who is Yola. Well bowled, Yola. Just outside the off, good line and length. So Dave, word on the street is that we've got a bit of controversy when it comes to who created cricket.
Oh, I'm still looking into it, but there is some information that the French claim they created the cricket.
Okay, interesting.
And they claim that they named it the French cut.
The Kiwis playing Jimmy Barnes too.
This is true.
And I also found out that there's a couple of terms that relate to that particular shot.
Chinese cut.
The Chinese cut, the French
Okay.
cut,
Okay.
Surrey cut. So, jury's still out.
Still haven't been able to find out what you call it when it goes between the pads. The inside edge between the pads.
Well, maybe we'll
There is a
claim
name
that
for
one.
it, but I haven't found that one yet.
Oh, dropped it.
An edge.
Dropped it.
And it back on the crease.
Genuine
Unlucky.
edge there through to the keeper, but unfortunately through the gloves.
Beautiful little outswinger. Just did a little bit too much of the keeper. She only went with one hand. Should have got two to that. Well played. Whipped off the pads. Down to third man for one. Good over. None for one.
We're going to have a change of bowler, I think, here at the top deck nightclub end.
Chow. Number 13, Chow. Looks like she'll be bowling right arm over the wicket, maybe some more off spin.
She bowled before the break,
Oh yeah, she has bowled 1 for 6.
off her
Actually bowled
3.
3 overs.
She's been probably the pick of the bowlers, very tight.
Sari's
Getting a lot of
swinging
bounce.
the changes there with the bowlers, doing a good job, captain in this side.
It's not a bad shot.
Great shot off
Found the
back
gap.
foot. Cleared the infield for 2.
Lovely fielding out there in the deep. And that is not out.
Well run. Well done.
The throw was just a little bit too wide for the for it to be gathered and take knock the stumps down. And in that extra split second, she managed to make her ground. But very tight. Excellent throw from the deep.
Just snuck in.
Unsure
Finding the
colours.
middle. Great shot.
A good bit of intent.
It's for the one. I'll field it again.
That's Mia there running back to a deep cover.
Good start to the over from Singapore. 3 off it. A little bit quicker that one. Oi, well done, well bowled. Tossed that one up, tempted her to hit across the line. Bowled her middle stump.
And that's another one down. Singapore down 8 down for 29.
Watching the girls here, it does make me think they play a little bit of softball. A lot of them with their stance very open, ready to hit the ball to the leg side. And that was swung straight across the line.
Yeah, well bowled. Tempted her, threw it up. Need to show them that maker's mark, Nico, I think.
I do. I don't care what your batter, who your manufacturer is, but it should be shown to the bowler when they're pitching the ball up like that. Even if you go for a drive, it should be the full face of the bat.
Alright, so assuming this one's over, assuming that Indonesia are going to take these next 2 wickets in the next 8 overs, what do you think Singapore should do from here, Nico, in the last 2 games?
very hard when you're playing day in, day out. There's no real chance to get in the nets. A lot of these girls will be backing up and playing in the second game, but I'd certainly be trying to get them into the nets and working on that technique. It's something, there's certainly work to be done on it. There's nearly every one of these girls that have been bowled, it has been playing across the line.
That's correct.
And the Indonesians have really concentrated on you miss, I hit, and it's paid off.
Yep.
So,
And it's
yeah,
only going to get harder as these days go on, like you say. It's a lot of cricket.
concentration starts to struggle there as they're getting fatigued. Work on that.
And not even that, even just your feet, and you start creating blisters in your shoes, and
Feet get heavy.
the feet get heavy, the brain gets a bit tired. Oh, that's another wicket.
Oh, very tight, very tight. I think he would have liked to have
Not
been able to go upstairs for that one. It's very tight. Yeah,
Oh, he did.
He signalled to go upstairs. Unfortunately, we don't have that. But
The benefit of the doubt to
let's have a look
the
at
batter.
the replay anyway.
Here we go. We'll give him some answers here, I think.
It was tight. It
Slow
was
that
very
down.
tight.
Oh, did the
that
bat bounce?
Oh, that was an absolute
I
split
think the correct
decision.
decision was made.
I think
Yes,
if you're
good decision from
Benefit to the
umpire.
batter.
if you're a kid watching at home, that's not the best technique. You want to be sliding that bat, not dumping it across the line. So she was lucky to get away with that.
But good call by the umpire then.
Very good call. Very well fielded from the keeper. Got the glove off. Direct hit.
I think the third umpire is back
Oh,
in
there's
his
that French
hotel
cut.
enjoying the Bali life. He'd have a bit of a chuckle then, signalling to the to go upstairs. Can't see any upstairs here.
Right, benefit of the doubt to the batter.
That's a nice ball.
That's straight through her.
Just moved out a little bit. Well bowled.
Well played.
Very well played. Played it nice and straight there, Nico.
That was much better, yes. Straight bat to it. There's plenty of gaps going straight still. If you put it between the fielder, there's runs to be had. You don't have to hit across the line all the time.
That's in the air. Fielder's under it, and that's another
After a
one.
catch taken.
So there's another wicket. The first wicket for Rani.
Good catch by Tori. She's had a good game.
That's there's one ball still to come in this over, but been a very tidy spell of bowling. 1 for 2 off 1.5 balls.
Not good
Wonderful.
foot movement there. She didn't get right back. Hard to get over the top of it if you don't get right back on
Wonderful
the stumps.
catch.
Good catch taken. They've held their catches today, Indonesia.
Yes, they have. Only one that went down was behind the stumps
Behind the
earlier.
stumps, yeah.
So this is the last pair for the Singapore team. Taking guard, looking for 2 centres.
Who have we got out in the middle there, Dave? Number 94.
Pracus.
Yep. Ooh,
And a
The-
miss.
the young keeper, I believe, Nico.
So I think we might see her backing up in the second game. She looks very young from here. They have got a very young squad, Singapore. I was told a couple of the girls pulled out late, a couple of injuries and one girl with illness.
I think we have the skipper on the bowl. Young Sari.
So Harry brings herself on to take this last wicket.
Ooh. Right arm over, leg spin. A little bit of turn there.
Sarah used to bowl medium pace, but she's given it away and she is really concentrating on bowling leg spin these days.
Well bowled.
Nice little bit of drift.
She got her foot well down the pitch to her then. Got to the half volley.
She'd love to get in the wickets too, I think. Well bowled again and beaten.
Beautiful flight. Nice little bit of drift and a lot of turn. Impressive off the turf wicket, off the synthetic, sorry, off the turf.
That's well flighted, a good bit of bounce. Beats everyone, even the keeper. They're going to push through for one, and they'll probably come back for the second, you'd think.
A little couple of byes here.
Yes.
I'll run.
Did you have any hand in painting the signs on the ground, Nico?
No, actually the signs aren't painted there, Dave. They're actually a mat that they place down there.
Okay.
They're pegged down very, very well, so it's not dangerous in any way.
Yes.
A little bit concerned. I want to get them. I want to lift them and just see if it's causing any
That's
damage
well
to the
bowled.
grass underneath at the moment.
That is bread and butter leg spin bowling.
It doesn't matter who you are facing that would be hard to hit. Beautiful bowling.
Spin King himself would be happy with that one. Not so much that one.
On a little bit too flighted.
It could be a run out.
Oh,
A direct hit would have been there.
Well backed up though.
And that's the over.
Nice over from Sari. She beat the bat on.
Well, that one
occasions
really
there.
left that one up there, didn't she? Would have been no ball maybe. Not dangerous in any way, but still above the waist.
Oh, she nearly got collected as the batter tries to make her ground.
You weren't here on the first day, Rob. We saw one of the most sickening collisions in the field. Both girls okay, luckily.
Okay, that's good.
But both very committed for the ball, weren't they, Nico? And the sound of, oh, it was amazing.
They both bounced up without.
Both got up,
without any
apologised.
hesitation, yeah.
Steve Ward, Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah, similar. Just
Very-
both at full tilt though.
Wow, glad they were okay.
It was a lack of communication, unfortunately, that brought
Well
that
left.
about.
Wanted the wide, but didn't get it.
Could have had much more serious consequences, that one. Comes in the bowl now. Outside the
Ooh.
off stump. Ooh, not good
Swing
foot
and a miss.
movement. Very much trapped on the crease. Just swinging outside the off stump.
Swing and a miss.
Through to the keeper.
So yeah, Indonesia are trying to wrap this up. There's another plane leaves in the background there. That's a nice shot. This could be close.
Oh, I think this one's out.
Just in. Sliding dive. Let's have a look at it here on the replay. Sits back. Nice
Great
cut shot. Quick off the mark. And there's the dive and
Oh, yeah.
comfortably home in the end.
Good slide. Better technique that time. Snuck in.
So Prakas now, hoping to get off the mark herself. Get on the scoreboard. Rani comes in, bowls to Prakas, works it round the corner. No run.
None. Bat on ball. Singapore 9 for 35. See if they can get through to the 20 overs.
That's a nice ball. Beating everything. Ball taken by the keeper. She kept well, Maria. Couple of crucial run-outs through the stumps from behind. She had that one blemish behind the stumps, but other than that, it's been a good performance.
Yeah, I think when there hasn't been too many edges in the game overall, and when that one edge did finally come, this is the fourth game, and when it did finally come, I think she found herself just snatching at it a little bit there. That caused her.
In comes
Sport.
Sari. Lovely ball again. Well fended away.
It's
Well
better
played
off
with
the
a
back
straight
foot.
bat.
So yeah, the Indonesian team would have to be happy again, even with a couple of their star players rested, to be able to come out and get the job done.
It's been a good opportunity for Indonesia to get a few other players out there, a bit of practice.
And to have a look at the, under match conditions, have a look at these girls.
Oh,
You can train all you like, but it's match day pressure. They have to play under. See how they perform.
I don't think it could have went any more to plan so far, this series for Indonesia.
They'll be very, very happy with what they've achieved so far.
That's a nice ball. Oi, oi, oi.
Big bounce again, though. Big bounce.
I am glad I'm not batting for this.
It's bowling very well.
That drift,
Beautiful flight,
that
drift
flight,
and bounce.
and then the bounce.
The keeper's taking that chest high almost.
Yep, there's another one. Oof. Definitely bowling well, sorry.
I'll wait till she gets on.
Wonderful control too for a leg spinner.
Absolutely. Get her on a turf wicket around the world somewhere and look out.
I don't think she's been doing it. She's picked up the legs. She hasn't been doing it for very
There it
long.
is again. Lovely line and length.
Quite impressive.
Oh, caught it wide. Would have been a maiden. Gives her one more chance for a wicket. That's in the air.
It's in the air and
Safe.
Wow.
Unlucky. Well bowled again.
On through another
And
over,
that's another
Singapore.
So
Four more
only
to get
need
through.
4 more now. Obviously no more batters in the shed, but I think this is a possible scenario for Singapore to bat this out. Would be a good moral victory for the team
Absolutely.
and show some of the batters up the order that you can just keep your wicket and put a bit of value on your wicket.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a win if they can get through the 20.
But this might be a little bit harder now with Dara coming on and bowling well.
Dara has 3 for 10 off 2.
Yeah, she'll be looking to finish it off now. She'll be pitching the ball up into the slot.
That's a great ball, well played.
Well played. Straight bat.
That's certainly showing the top order how to play it. That's a nice straight bat there. You got to respect that good ball.
Well bowled.
And well played.
Yeah, it looks like a very solid defence there.
Like you shared earlier, Nico, the coach can take some of this video and show some of the other batters how to value your wicket, how to play straight.
Yeah,
That's a shorter one. Has a slash.
you don't. Just because you're playing straight doesn't mean you can't pick up singles. You push to the gaps, run hard, and if you're pushing down the ground, the field is set well up. The mid on and mid off are certainly not very deep. So if you can pick the gap and push through that gap, there's runs to be had.
100%. Oh, a little uppish. Gets away with it. Yeah, you just have to look back to that first game when Nanda was in control of the innings. Probably really unlucky in the end not to make 100. Just ran out of time. She played it very straight in those first handful of overs, and then she started to open up a little bit, but still straight. Kept everything straight, everything on the ground. Very controlled. Oh, that's
The only
beaten
shots she
her.
played in the air were deliberate over the top.
And that wasn't until later in the
Yeah,
innings,
later in the
when she
innings.
had her eye in and she was ready to start
I remember being told
pushing
to
that
the
run
young
rate
fella,
up.
Play in the V until you get to
Play
10.
the V.
Yeah. And then you start to decide what shots you want to play after that.
But her most of her boundaries were along the ground. Played everything, just good cricket shots.
She did get a few full tosses as she put away through mid-wicket, but still not skied badly or anything.
And that's the end of that over. So they've lasted another one. So 3 overs to come. Obviously the runs aren't an issue now. Indonesia will win the game. It's just the question is, can they get this final wicket, which will be great for them. This will be another game they can pencil in where they've rolled through the opposition, or whether Singapore can hold on. Just the one more wicket left and 3 more overs to face. So 18 balls. Let's see what happens with Sari coming in bowling a leg spin.
You and the national coach just walking around behind us with a big smile on his face.
The national coach has a huge smile.
Of course he does, so he should.
Well known for walking around the boundary or running.
Does a lot of running, very fit man.
He's done a great job with the team.
Oh, that one jumped a bit. He caught the glove, I think. I have to see the replay. But controlled it down. So Sari now. Beautifully bowled. Wonderfully bowled.
She's doing too much with the ball, I think. She just can't find that edge.
That's right, and she can't get it bowled because the ball's bouncing too much. That's beautiful bowling.
Oh, that's well bowled.
And well kept.
Yeah, good work behind the stumps there. Unfortunately, she hadn't dragged the foot. But yeah, very good work.
Lovely bowling.
Something as a leg spin bowler, you really need a keeper that works with you. If you're dragging that batter out of the crease, you need a keeper that can take advantage of that for you.
So one more to come in her 3rd over. Very good bowling figures. Yet to get a wicket though. That could be it. Oh, just short, just short. So that's a maiden over.
Beautiful.
You don't say that very often in 2020 cricket, but that is a maiden over. Lovely
So what are
bowling
our
figures
there,
of
Dave?
3 overs, no wickets for 3 runs. So going at 1 and
that's
over.
great. That's
Amazing
great
for a leg spinner. Obviously done a lot of work on her technique, and it's paying off.
Thanks, mate. Expert. You get a call from my Legends in your own lunchtime, mate.
Just getting a little bit of a rap from the coach there, saying how good we were, and he's going to take us on tour. Thank you.
Happy to be sponsored to go along.
Pushed into the onside. So Sangayu, they've looked to for this final wicket, her final over of the game. That's a bit shorter, a bit whippier. Skids through. Not quite trapped by the keeper, but no harm done. So just 2 more overs here. It's well bowled, well flighted, well hit, and she's running. This is, oh, a lot of diving going on out there. It's like watching the Olympic diving.
I'll give that one about a 2. That dive.
Not so synchronised, so I
Not
don't
so
think.
much, but well run, well done.
Well,
That's good. This 2 need to hold their head high. They've done really well.
They have done very well.
Face about
Real
6 or
lunging
7
dive, that
overs.
one. Kept it out.
I'd like to see her practising the shot though.
Yes.
Afterwards, the shot she didn't play.
Yes, the practice shot was perfect.
The practice was much better.
It's the thought that counts. It's well bowled, well played.
Played again.
So,
Went over to get 3
one
wickets.
more left of this Sangayu spell. Bowled very well. And that's another dot. So that'll finish her spell off. 4 overs, 1 wicket for 6 runs. So amazing tight bowling by both of the spinners. And Sari says, give it to me. No, she's going to give the last over. Unselfishly to Dara. So the question is, Can Singapore last? Or can Indonesia get the breakthrough? What do you think, Nico?
Well, the way these girls have batted, they've shown some respect to the bowling and played the straight bat to the good ball.
So do they make it?
I hope they can
Yep.
they can bat it out.
And Lovey?
Yeah, agree. I'd like to see them get through to the 20. They deserve it, these two. They might just be opening the batting next innings, the way they've played.
It'll only be a small win, but it's still a win.
Absolutely. Definitely deserve it.
The field's come in too. They want the wicket. First ball, well
Well
played. Very well played.
Beautiful ball. Perfectly
Front
played.
foot.
Foot nicely down the track.
Front foot was out there.
Yeah.
Well, if you had have said to me at drinks, we'll still be here in the last over, I would have said, I find that hard to believe, but
I would
credit
say.
to Singapore. Well played again.
It's a
Perfect.
nice straight bat. She's determined not to give that wicket away. Keeping them out at all cost. It's not a test match, but in this situation, it's the best thing you've got to offer. Don't let those bowlers have the victory.
And she comes for a third delivery. Shorter and played well. Defended onto the onside.
You can hear the under-19 Indonesian ladies warming up over the back.
Faced 31 balls. Great practice for next game.
Oh,
Oh, just slid
Slight
through the
ledge.
gully there. Fairly deep gully. It's sliding off the
Got away with
face
it.
of the bat. It was still a straight bat though.
that's right. Very, very good defensive cricket here by Singapore.
2 balls to get through.
2 balls. That's well bowled.
Wow.
That was through there.
Not much you can do
Not much
about
you
that.
can do. That was well bowled. Let's have a look at the replay here. Little bit of outswing. Oh, very well bowled. So last ball of the innings. Can they hold on? Dara. Shortish. Oh, and through to the keeper. And congratulations, Singapore.
Well done.
Holding on there.
Big win from
Big
Indonesia.
win for Indonesia.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I think obviously a lot to talk about, and another game to play now against the under-19 girls, which unfortunately won't be televised. But we will be back very soon. Congratulations Indonesia, another big win. That's a series win. That's 4 wins from the 6 games, 2 to come. So 4-0. They take a commanding lead, unbeatable lead, and hats off to the Indonesian squad and team. And we will be back with the presentation shortly.
See you soon.
Thank you very much, Rob and Graham.
Pleasure,
Wonderful
Dave.
call,
Pleasure.
and we'll see you in the presentation.
Thank you, gents. I thought you were...
Tick. Tick, tick, tick.
Nggak kebesaran tuh. Nggak kebesaran tuh dari sana. Siapa yang ngomong? Dev. Dev.
Hello, hello.
Dave, you can give the certificate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Stand by.
Okay, welcome here to the post-match presentation. We'd like to welcome everyone. Match of Indonesia versus Singapore, number 4 of the 6-game series, the Bali's Women T20 Championship. Live from this beautiful cricket venue, Udana Cricket Ground here in Bali. Weather's been sensational. Grounds conditions were sensational. I'm joined here in the presentation party with the match referee, Prakash Vijay Kumar. Welcome. The PCI would like to thank everyone involved in organising this match. The title sponsor, DAFA News, streaming partners, View Sports and Women's Crick Zone, digital partners, CrickFit, organisers, Sports and Media Works. The PCI would also like to thank the Bull's Head Steakhouse and Top Deck Nightclub for their ongoing support. I'd like to ask now to be joined by the Singapore captain, Shafina. Another tough day in the field. I thought you fielded really well, and I thought you bowled really well. Kept them down to 120, which you'd be very happy with. And I think a small win at the end there was to just bat out the overs, which is the first time on the tour.
First of all, it's great character from my own teammates today, completing the 20 with our main batsman down. And yeah, we'll look to improve more for our batting. And yeah, today with the fielding and the bowling, it's improving and it's getting better, so I'm really happy with that. But again, there's a long way to go, so we're heading towards that direction.
Congratulations for batting that out, and wish you all the best in the next 2 games.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd now like to call up the winning captain from Indonesia, Sari. Congratulations on another win, and that's the 4th. So that officially you're the winner of the 6-game series. Must be great to come here and achieve what you set out to achieve.
We just want to say thank you for my team, and we always say doing better than yesterday. So we better than yesterday, like fielding, bowling, we better than yesterday.
Congratulations. And now I'll hand over to announce the player of the match. And the player of the match goes to Dara. First bowler to take away the Player of the Match award. Congratulations. And I'd like to also say how well you did bowl, not just the wickets, but 2 maidens in your 4 overs. That must be very pleasing for you.
Yeah, for the bowling, I try to bowl confident because sometimes I bowl many wides, but in this game, I try to be confident and I'll try to get wicket, but no, I just bowling dot ball.
Creating pressure gets wickets.
Yeah.
So congratulations on the Player of the Match, and wish you all the best for the next 2 matches. Well done. Okay, well that concludes the ceremony. We wish to invite you all back here tomorrow. The game will start at 1:30 and it'll be the 5th match of this 6 games tour. So see you tomorrow at 1:30.